Welcome to lesson 3. Go ahead and complete your name, today's date, circle your team, and then get going with the appetizer. Alrighty, we're going to get moving. Today we're going to talk about XY tables and graphing on coordinate planes. So we are going to be talking a lot about ordered pairs in this lesson. And what an ordered pair is when you see a number that represents how far over you go on the x-axis, which is the horizontal line. This is the x-axis, and then it's another number that represents the y-axis, and that is going to be the vertical line this way. So we're going to practice graphing some points, and all you need to remember is over and then up. So x-axis means how much you go over, while the y-axis means how much you go up. So let's look at point A. Point A, the ordered pair is 7, 5. So we're going to go over to the 7 and then up 5. And that is where our point A is going to land. This one I'm going to draw out my pathway since you can't see my hand right now. Let's talk about point B. So I'm going to go over 3, up 9. And that is where my point's going to go. So you do not draw the path, I'm just showing you what that path would look like. And let's keep practicing with the rest of the ordered pairs. Next, let's do point C. So over 3, up 6. Forgot to label this one, point B. And this is point C. Let's do point D. So over 2, up 4. Go ahead and practice the last 6 points on your own. The only tricky one I could see you having maybe issues with was that point I for 0, 4. What that means is you just stay on the 0 line, so you don't move on the x-axis, and you just move up on the y-axis 4. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the next page. And now we're going to talk about an XY table, and we're going to create ordered pairs from there, and then graph those ordered pairs. So an XY table is basically a rule pattern table, an input-output table. So usually it has a rule that uses the variables x and y, and you plug in for x or you plug in for y, whichever one you're told, to help you find the missing variable. So in this case, x plus 2, so our rule is whatever's in the x column, we're going to add 2, and that's going to give us whatever is in the y. And then from there, we'll create an ordered pair. So 0 plus 2 would be 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 2, 5, and 4 plus 2, 6. Now from here, we're going to draw ordered pairs, and we need to practice what that looks like. So an ordered pair has a parenthesis. The x number comes first, comma, to separate the y number, and then a close parenthesis. Practice doing the rest of these ordered pairs. Now that you have your ordered pairs, go ahead and practice moving those over to the graph. We're not going to label the points this time with letters, so you're just going to add the points within the coordinate grid. You're going to notice when you use an XY table that the points follow a pattern. So it looks like these are all going in that diagonal line, going over 1, up 1 each time. Let's go ahead and talk about this next rule table. So for this one, we are getting into the fact of an XY table, what operation to use when they put a number and an X or a variable right next to it. What this is not saying is to just insert the number there and make it the number 22, or make it the number 24, or 26, 28. That's not what it's saying to do. Instead, it is wanting us to multiply. So what mathematicians have realized is that X variable and the multiplication sign look identical. So what they don't want to do is put 2 times X. That doesn't make a lot of sense to people that are trying to solve the problem. So what they've done instead is they've just gotten rid of it, and now they put the numbers next to each other. So really what this is saying is 2 times whatever X is. In this case, our rule is just times 2. So go ahead and fill in the Y part of your table based off of this rule. From here, go ahead, if you need to write out each ordered pair in order to feel comfortable graphing the points, you can. If not, this is really already an ordered pair form, and you can go ahead and graph those 4 points. Again, you'll notice that this XY table has created a somewhat of a pattern on the graph, with the pattern being just go over 2, up 4, over 2, up 4. So if I wanted to guess what the next one would be, I would go over 2, I would be in the 10 on the 10 x-axis, up 4, and I'd go all the way up to 20. So I could actually guess more ordered pairs just from following this pattern. That is all we're going to do today. You are good to work on your dessert.